Today's information is going to go over agonist and antagonist supersets. What are agonist and antagonist muscles? Agonist is the primary muscle of movement or prime mover. Antagonist is the opposing muscle to aid in stabilization and slowing down of the prime mover. So to reference this picture, the biceps and the triceps would fit into this pairing. If the exercise was a preacher curl, to flex the arm, the agonist would be the biceps and antagonist would be the triceps. If the exercise was a seated dip to extend the arm, the agonist would be the triceps and the antagonist would be the biceps. Some common pairings around the body are the triceps and biceps, as I mentioned on the previous slide, the quadriceps and hamstrings, the deltoids and latissimus dorsi, the tibialis anterior and the gastrocnemius, the pectoralis major, the trapezius rhomboids, iliopsoas, the gluteus maximus, hip adductors, the gluteus medius, and erectus abdominis, the erector spinae. So depending on the muscle action, it will depend on which agonist and antagonist are for the pair. And in just a few of the bigger muscle groups, there are more than these in the body. So if you happen to be short on time, like most of us are these days, and you need to get a workout in, grouping the pairs in the same workout is ideal. An example would be grouping a bench press with a row. You have your pectoralis major with the trapezius and traps and the rhomboids. Another name for this pairing is commonly known as a superset. So for the superset, it's performing alternating exercises for opposing muscle groups. So and agonist and antagonist. This example that I end up having in front of us for the pictures is a shoulder press and a pull up. So the deltoid and lats are opposing muscle groups. So if you end up going and coupling these two for the push and the pull down, that would be a superset with the antagonist and agonist muscles. So as previously mentioned, with our lives as busy as they are, we sometimes don't get a chance to get a nice long workout in. So combining these exercises will give you an effective workout. If you're going to go over and do an upper body routine, I end up having just an example program that you could do these with. For combining pairs, you can end up combining a dumbbell bench press with a seated row, a military press with a lat pull down, and a preacher curl with a rope extension, tricep extension. You can end up having these in any combination of sets. I just end up having this as an example workout for 3 sets of 10 reps. So this is an example of a weekly split routine. You can end up using this for paired exercises between the upper body and lower body. So I end up having upper for a dumbbell press, seated row, military press, the opposite for lat pull down, preacher curl for the bicep, and rope triceps for the extension. Some similar to the other previous slide. For the lower, supine leg raise, goblet squat, seated adduction, micro band lateral walk, leg extension, and leg curls. Right, and then just ended up going and using these for some other body weight exercises for push up and body weight row. You can do these for anywhere almost. Lateral raise for the shoulders, reverse grip pull down for the lats and traps. And standing outside outer curls and chair dips, as long as with the lower on the next day to go pair that with for the physio ball leg lift, the dumbbell squat, seated hip abduction, microband angled walk, single leg extension, single leg curl. So there's a limitless amount of combinations you can do to superset your own program. You can add in however many extra steps that you want for power, speed, or agility. This is just like an example of a weightlifting routine. So in the previous slide, I ended up using 3 sets of 10. This is to go and maximize hypertrophy. You can end up going and having either an easier rep set combination, for when you start off with, and then as time goes, add in some more workouts and some more exercises, to make a little more complication, reduce the boredom of the workout. So you can end up going and change it up a little bit from time to time. You want to make sure that you try to go log your workouts and at least you know what you did the previous day. And if you want to go and make sure to include an active core, abdominal, or anti-rotational exercise in the routine, as well as some cardiovascular and energy system movements. just to make sure that you cover all the rest of the components and get an overall athleticism for your own program. Thank you for watching.